You might be thinking that the US dollar or the British pound would be the value currencies in the world, but that's not the case. Many global currencies have values higher than the US dollar and British pound. Today, in this video, we will discuss the unbelievable facts behind the most powerful global currencies that will leave you amazed. Stay tuned till the end so that you don't miss out on anything. Number 1. The British pound. One of the amazing things about the British pound is that it is the world's oldest currency and is in use to date. The British pound silver coins date back to the 7th century from the Anglo-Saxon period. The UK officially introduced the British pound in the 18th century. Another interesting fact is, before World War I, as England colonised across the globe, it was one of the most circulated currencies of the world. Pound sterling, or British pound, ranks 4th highest amongst the currencies traded on the forex market. Not only that, but also ranks 5th as a medium of exchange around the world. Most forex traders call the pair of British pound and US dollar as the cable, because it is the 3rd most traded in forex markets. Apart from the UK, which includes England, Northern Ireland, Scotland and Wales, it is the national currency of Guernsey, Isle of Man and Jersey. These places are British Crown dependencies. Moreover, many British colonies have their currencies but are valued at par with the British pound. These British colonies are St. Helena, Falkland Islands and Gibraltar. Number 2. The US dollar. After the Bretton Woods Agreement in 1944, the US dollar became the world reserve currency. It is the most traded currency in the forex market, as accepted throughout the world. Due to its acceptance, its demand is always more. Around 85% of the daily forex is of US dollar. With an approximate GDP of around $25 trillion, the US has become the economic engine of the world. As of December 2021, around $2.23 trillion were in circulation around the world. Out of all this, only 30% of the money is in circulation inside the US. In 1787, Benjamin Franklin designed the very first legal 1-cent coin, named the Fugio coin. The amazing thing about this was that it had "Mind Your Own Business" engraved on it. Did you know this? Let us know in the comments below. According to historians, Benjamin was a powerful and wealthy businessman who chose this phrase on purpose. The motto behind the phrase was to serve as a warning to the bearer of the coin to do his work instead of getting distracted. Earlier, the US dollar even had big denomination bills like 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, and even 100,000. You would require only 10 bills to pay $1 million to someone. Did you know that US pennies are more expensive to make than dollar bills? According to the data, manufacturing and delivery costs for a cent costs around 1.8 cents. On average, it gives around $70 million loss against the face value of the bonds. Your dollar bill can be contaminated with cocaine. According to a survey, cocaine traces were found on 90% of US dollar bills. Be careful next time. Sanitize your money and don't put fingers in your mouth after counting dollar bills. Jokes apart, cocaine is a breeding ground for germs. Traces of cocaine were found on both paper cash as well as coins. These germs can cause diseases like flu and salmonella. How can we leave out the conspiracy theories? Folding a US dollar in different ways reveals many secret messages. These conspiracy theorists have found messages like "Resistance is futile," "In God we trust," "Trust no one," "Lest we forget," and many more. Number 3. The Canadian dollar. The Canadian dollar has a conversion rate of 0.8 against the US dollar and ranks 5th in the world's reserve currency. Not only that, Canada has a strong economic background. The country holds the 2nd largest crude oil reserves and is ranked 2nd in uranium supply. Following the adoption of the British North America Act in 1867, Canada became the British Empire's first dominion. Did you know that Canada comes under British rule? With Canada being under the British Dominion, in 2015, Queen Elizabeth II was announced as the longest ruling monarch of Canada in the modern era. Not only that, But to mark this milestone, banks even issued special $20 banknotes featuring Queen Elizabeth II on them. It doesn't end there. Several portraits of Queen Elizabeth II have been featured on special notes since 1935. These notes portray the rule of Her Majesty over the decades. Did you know that Queen Elizabeth II is not only the Queen of the United Kingdom, but also another 15 Commonwealth states? She has appeared on more coins and banknotes than any other individual on Earth. She has been featured on currencies of 35 nations of the British Commonwealth. This projects the Queen's influential personality around the world. Moreover, these numbers are so high that she holds a world record on Guinness World Records for having featured on so many currencies. Number 4. The Kuwaiti Dinar. The Kuwaiti Dinar is the highest valued currency in the world, with an exchange rate of $3.30. In simple terms, Kuwaiti Dinar gives $3.31 US. After independence from the British Empire in 1960, the Kuwaiti Dinar was launched. Since its inception, it was valued higher than the US dollar and at par with the British pound. Did you know that Kuwait is just a tiny country that lies between Iraq and Saudi Arabia? The reason behind the high value of the Kuwaiti Dinar is its stable economy. Moreover, it is rich in oil reserves and holds more than 9% of the total world's oil reserves. Its economy is completely reliant on oil exports, and all of the country's revenue comes from the oil trade. Setting up refineries for the production of petrol and other petroleum products is comparatively easy in Kuwait. Not only that, but Kuwait is also a tax-free country with a very low unemployment rate. With a per capita GDP of $32,000, Kuwait stands at number 8 in the world. Number 5. The Bahraini Dinar. On the list of the world's most valuable currencies, the Bahraini Dinar is ranked second. The exchange rate is $2.67 per dinar. If you trade one Bahraini dinar, you get $2.67. In 1965, Bahrain replaced the Gulf rupee as legal tender and issued Bahraini dinar. To manage ties with the US, the country has maintained a steady US dollar rate since 1987. The population of Bahrain is about 1 million. Bahrain's most revenue comes from the export of gas and petroleum products. An amazing fact about Bahrain is that the Saudi rial is officially accepted as a legal tender, with a constant forex rate of 10 Saudi rial against each Bahraini dinar. Number 6. The Omani rial. The Omani rial stands at number 3 in the world's most valuable currencies. The exchange rate for one Omani rial is $2.6 US. Omani rial was introduced as the Saudi rial in 1970. After the formation of Oman, it was named Omani rial. Similar to other Gulf countries, Omani rial is also tied to the US dollar and maintains a stable exchange rate for the US dollar since 1973. Due to the great purchasing power of the Omani rial, the government of Oman has printed banknotes of a quarter rial as well as a half rial. Oman is an oil-rich country and is developing into a sophisticated economy with a living standard. As oil supplies are rapidly dwindling, Oman is diversifying its economy reliant on crude oil to other industries. Oman is also rich in minerals and has developed metallurgy. Tourism has also gained momentum in recent years. Number 7. The Jordanian Dinar. With a conversion rate of $1.40, the Jordanian dinar stands at 4th position in the world's strongest economies. Earlier, the exchange rates were higher. In the past 2 decades, the country has somehow managed to maintain the current rate. To your astonishment, Jordan is yet a developing country, with no or very little economic development. Thus, the higher valuation of the currency remains unexplained. Not only that, but Jordan also lacks natural resources like other Middle Eastern countries, and it has a substantial amount of foreign debt. Since 2011, the country has faced a gradual slowdown in economic development. Number 8. The Cayman Islands dollar. You might have not heard much about this currency. but the Cayman Islands dollar is the only Caribbean currency that stands at 6th position in the world's strongest currencies. The main reason behind such a high valuation is that it is a self-governing British territory. Moreover, the cherry on the cake is that it is regarded as one of the greatest tax havens for multinational corporations and individuals. Against the US dollar, the Cayman Islands dollar has an exchange rate of $1.22. Not only that, but the Cayman Islands is among the top 5 offshore financial hubs in the world. Renowned banks, insurance companies, as well as financial institutions run their businesses from this country. Number 9. The European Euro. With a conversion rate of 1.19 against the dollar, the euro ranks 7th in the world's strongest currencies. Did you know euro is a legal tender in 19 European nations? After the US dollar, the euro is the world's second reserve currency, accounting for 25% of all global deposits. You'll be amazed to hear that around 25 nations have set a fixed rate for the euro. Almost 25% of total forex transactions are done of the euro-US dollar pair. This pair is known as fiber in the forex market. Not only that, it is the second most traded currency in forex markets. Number 10. The Swiss franc. With a conversion rate of 1.08 to the US dollar, the Swiss franc holds the 8th position in the world's strongest currencies. Did you know that the Swiss franc is among the most stable currencies and also the least influenced currency by inflation? Switzerland is one of the world's wealthiest countries, with a strong monetary policy and lower debts. This is the reason why many politicians and businessmen choose Switzerland for trading or saving purposes. The Swiss franc has become a shelter for foreign cash due to the country's highly secretive banking system. When it entered the currency union, the government chose to tie the Swiss franc to the euro rather than eliminate it and opted for a dual currency system. We live in a digital world. According to economists, just 8% of the world's cash is physical money. The majority of the world's money is online and sits in bank accounts. On that note, we hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to share this video with your friends who would love to know these unbelievable facts about the most powerful global currencies around the world. Please subscribe to know the latest content on our channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss such interesting videos. Until next time, keep exploring. Thank you.